Hey guys, it's Miki ASMR here, and today I'm going to be reading part 2 to the Relive the Dream Hinata Shoyo ex-listener. I'm so excited for this because I love Hinata so much. Oh my god, he's literally the cutest thing in the world. Anyways, that's going on a ramble. Let's get right on into the video. One more time. I have to see it one more time. You were early to practice with Shimizu-senpai at the practice game. Upon your arrival, however, she texted you that something had came up, so she would only be able to manage to get to school in time for the boys to have their practice. In the end of the message, it was that she had hidden an extra key to the gym. It was well hidden, you almost couldn't find it. After you finished stretching, you carted out the volleyballs and started practicing your own serving. You couldn't get it at first, but you kept going as your body started to remember the tedious training that you had received back in junior high, and your serves only got better and more accurate. You practiced receiving next. Facing a wall, you had tossed it up, and then the ball would bounce off. As you did, you positioned yourself to be ready to send it back onto the wall in the same spot, wherever the ball may ricochet. You continued doing this for some time until you had gotten the hang of it. Next up was spiking. You were by yourself with no setter to get a toss from. You had went closer to the net as you looked up to its very top and then turned away. Instead, you had went back to facing the wall, distancing yourself a bit. You had tossed up the ball above you and spiked it down to the floor, where the ball would bounce off of the wall and ricochet up to a spot where you could spike it back down to the floor. It felt good. You liked the familiarity of the ball on the palm of your hand where you would push it downward. The ball would follow your hand and yield under the force that you would place on it, and it would follow the place where you wanted it to go. But doing it like this wasn't enough. You wanted to see the net on the other side of the ball as well. You had lost concentration and hit the ball too hard. The ball had bounced off too high on the wall. Before you knew it, an orange blur passed by. You watch Hinata as he jumps up to reach the ball. Seeing it for the first time right in front of you, you could see how high his jump really was and how perfect his form was. In his excitement, he spiked the ball towards you. Wait, hey, Hinata! You barely got into position as the ball hit your arms. Your foot slid underneath you as you fell into your knees. Hinata, you idiot! Where were you aiming? He flinched. Oh, sorry. To your side, you saw Kageyama there as well. He held out a book in front of you, or he held out his hand and you took it. He helped you up as he saw the flicker of pain pass through your face. But you were amazing, Hinata continued. Your spikes are powerful, and you weren't even jumping. Yeah, our coach back in junior high had drilled those things into us. Then why didn't you try it with the net? Well, because Oh yeah, because there was no setter, right? Is that it? Hinata went on and on with his big smile. You wanted it to stop. Kageyama can toss for you if you want. Hey, don't go making decisions for others, Kageyama said. Give it a try. I'd like to see you jump. Your heart felt heavy. No, it's alright. I don't think I could do it anyways. Besides, if you guys are here, then it must be 7 already, right? Not actually yet, but we're just really early. But, why not, last name-san? You sighed. He got back to topic quite quickly. Because I can't. I'm scared. What? Scared of being blocked? Asahi-senpai had the same problem too. It's a common problem. You've heard of Asahi's situation before, when he had been shut down by the iron wall of Dateko. But that wasn't your problem. Your eyes had started to sting as you remembered the incident. Hinata continued to describe what it was like, and his words made you feel jealous. I can't, you said firmly. Just try Kageyama's toss once. Come on, you'd love it. Hey, Hinata, Kageyama said, with an edge to his voice, but the guy didn't really seem to hear him. He looked like he was trying to find the idea of what your problem was. This conversation was getting to you. It doesn't matter who the setter is, I just can't spike. Come on, last name-san, not even once. I really want to see you spike. No. Please? I said no. Please, just once, okay? Hey, Hinata, stop it. Kageyama tried with a louder voice, but he was once again ignored. You just kept quiet as Hinata kept pleading on, and the irritation kept on building. Just once, please. The gym door opened. Hinata, I said no. You shouted. How many times am I going to say it? I can't spike because I can't jump. The gym was filled with silence. I can walk, jog, leap, and skip, but I can't run or jump. You continued, I can't. No matter how much I want to see the other side of the net, I just can't do it like I used to. By the gym door, a thump was heard by everyone inside of the courts, and you turned to see the source, only to see that there was no one there. Sorry, you said, realizing what you had just done. Your eyes really stung. Please tell Shimizu-senpai and Coach Yukai that I won't be attending morning practice today. With that, you had grabbed your things and quickly walked out of the door, no longer able to hold back your tears. Time skip. Coach Yukai had entered the rackety gym that morning. He had to shout on the top of his lungs to get everyone's attention. Okay, everyone, settle down. What happened? Why aren't you guys even warming up? He looked around, and where's last name's son? It seems like there was a problem, Sawamura answered. Hinata seemed to have hit a sensitive spot, and she left here crying. What did you say? Coach asked the orange-haired boy. I was just asking her if she could try to spike above the net, Hinata said softly. Coach face-palmed himself lightly. Coach Yukai, Kageyama said, you seem to know something. When you sit around the store watching the store, you're bound to always know things, or to know something new, whether it's just idle gossip or reading the newspaper. Did you guys even read the newspaper? Slowly, the players shook their heads no. You guys should read more about what happens in the outside world, you know. Coach Yukai, please just tell us the reason that you wanted to recruit her as a manager, Sugawara said politely. Did you know that she played volleyball or something? Yeah, I knew. I found out a while ago about her when I was reading a newspaper. Then, her school went to nationals, and she was a strong player. She was even a starter. However, a day before the game started, fate decided to act unusually cruel. Somebody had decided to drive drunk one early evening as the girl was walking her way home. She was hit. Bam! The coach added loudly, imitating the sound of the crash. That was the last chance that she had to be at nationals. She had woken up to a broken leg. The newspaper said that it crushed all of her chances to ever be a wing spiker again. There was a silence. Shame on you, Hinata, Tsukishima says. Idiot, Kageyama added. Hinata perked up, all the guilty feelings suddenly rushing to him. I didn't mean to. Try to read the atmosphere for once. But I... Sugawara put a hand over Hinata's shoulder. Apologize to her later, okay? Time skip. You couldn't concentrate at all. Not in your studies, and not even in your afternoon classes, or during practice. It felt suffocating. You weren't stupid to not know that the players outside of the gym had seen your outburst. They weren't even showing it, but you could feel their stares. It took all that you had to endure until practice was finally over and everyone had decided to clean up. You had sighed. You could finally go home. I'll be going home now, you announced. Oh, wait, last name son. Daichi's gonna treat us to some meat buns after this, Sugawara-san added. Do you want to come? Sorry, I need to head home, so I'm gonna get going, you quickly replied, putting your shoes on. Then I'll be going soon, okay? Wait. Well then, I'll be going. You had jogged for a while when you had thought that you were a considerably good distance away from the school, you had slowed down, taking a deep breath in as you looked to check if anyone was following you. When you had saw that there was no one there, you continued your walk home, grateful to finally be alone. Halfway through your walk, you had heard your name being called out by a familiar voice. You had turned around, and surely Hinata was there, calling your name with that smile of his. He reached onto you quite quickly with his bike. You weren't in the mood to talk to him yet, and you weren't in a position to run away from him. He stopped right beside you. Let me give you a lift, he said. Well, your feet were hurting pretty bad, so why not? You got onto his bike and he pedaled towards your house. For a while, it was quiet until he broke the silence. I'm really sorry, he said. He kept his face forward so you weren't able to see his expression. I didn't know what happened and I was just persistent to see you spike. I got overexcited and I didn't even realize that I was hurting your feelings. You had kept quiet, letting him continue. Coach Yukai had told me about your incident. You suspected as much. The rest of the journey home was quiet. You would stop by the door to thank him. Last name son? Is there really no way for you to recover? You shook your head. The doctors say it's not going to be that easy. Have I tried? You continued for him. Did you see that cord over there? Hinata followed your gaze and then nodded. No matter how many times I tried, my feet just wouldn't jump. If I pushed them, they wouldn't stop complaining. I'm sorry, Hinata apologized again. Don't worry about it, I've gotten used to it. But don't you sometimes dream about it? To be able to reach the summit and see the other side again? You were on the verge of tears, but you managed to pull up a smile. Yeah, I do. Time skip. At the Saturday game, Michimiya was somehow informed of your condition and gave you the position of the setter. For your condition, that was the best thing you can do, since it required minimal jumping. Oh, yeah, Michimiya-senpai added. Whoever loses treats the other team to a meal for a week. What? Nobody mentioned this, a player complained. But if we do, then everybody will get serious, right? So everyone do your best, okay? Halfway through the first set, you had realized that she was right. Everyone was serious, and it kept the adrenaline running. Nobody wanted to pay a week's worth of meals for all these players. Well, I mean, you didn't want to either. Good thing you had Shimizu-senpai on your team, who really was good at aiming her serves. Your team had won the first set, and it brought relief to you. But in the second set, the other team started with their comeback. It was a close fight. Whenever your team would get a point, the other team would score as well. The gap wasn't widening at all. Okay, so we're halfway through the second set, huh? Saramura-senpai added, standing beside Michimiya-senpai. Who won the first set? The team with your club's manager, she replied. Huh? Really? The other members started piling in with excitement as they watched. Other members started piling in with excitement to watch everyone as they started to make mistakes, including you. The score was now 28-20. Everyone was hyped up with energy. For once, the other team gained an advantage and it took everything that your team had to score a point back. They gained another score, and it continued like that until the score was now 23-23. Adrenaline was wearing off, and your fatigue was starting to settle in. The boys kept on cheering for both teams. The other team had missed a serve. Instantly, one thought ran through your mind as the teams... One thought ran through you and your team's heads. You had to score this point. You couldn't let the other team score, or else. They had to score one more point. Besides, your foot was already screaming in pain. You were at the left side of the team's court and positioned it back. Your teammates made the serve as at the other side of the net. They received the ball well and sent it to the setter, where she had tossed it up to the ace. Their ace spiked it, and your team's 3 blockers were barely able to block it, but the ball still went through. Amazingly, the libero received the ball and it bounced towards the net, where Shimizu-senpai was. And then that's where your team realized a mistake. You were the setter, not Shimizu. The libero had already touched the ball once, so she can't be offense. The 3 middle blockers didn't have time to prepare themselves for a spike. The only position that was left was for Shimizu-senpai to toss it to you, where you would spike. But that's where the problem lied. You couldn't even jump, so how would you be able to spike? Kyoko could do a setter dump, but someone was already blocking her. Give her the toss, Shimizu, Coach Yukai instantly shouted. You flinched. When did he appear? No, rather than that, when did he start giving you support? Last name, son. Shimizu-senpai called out for you as the ball neared her fingers. You knew that you should jump, but your feet froze beneath you. Last name, son, your teammates cheered on. Last name, son, Hinata shouted. Jump! You too can see the view on the other side. I know you can do it. Your eyes widened. Shimizu-senpai made a high toss towards the net, or to your side of the net. Jump! Hinata continued to shout. You can do it. Not only your dreams or your imagination, but in reality as well. So please, Hwayan, jump! You had reached the ball, or you'd watched the ball start to fall before you knew it. You were running towards it. Jump! You swung your arms backwards as you put all your strength into a jump. Reaching towards the ball, you had glanced to the other side of the net, where your heart jumped in glee. You had spiked through 2 of the blockers, and no one was behind them to receive it. Yeah, you thought. The view was great. The feeling was amazing. Time skip. You had stepped into the gymnasium and watched the volleyball boys practice their spikes. Yo, how's your leg? You've been gone for quite some time now, Coach Yukai said, suddenly appearing at your side. It's fine. The doctor said I shouldn't try to attempt to do that again. She says that I might never be able to walk again if I do it another time. Okay, I see. But I don't regret doing it. If Hinata hadn't told me to jump, I wouldn't have been able to do it. I wouldn't have been able to reach the summit or see the view of the other side of the net. That's all I could ever ask for, to see it again, one last time. Coach Yukai had patted you on the head. Yeah, I understand. As Hinata called for a toss, you couldn't tear your eyes away from him. Just like the first time you had watched him play. You knew that you had a lot to thank him for. When he had jumped, it's like he had wings of his own, ready to fly. Stop, that was adorable. What? Oh my god, that was so cute. I love Hinata so much, he's so inspiring. Anyways, Hinata really did that for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did, make sure you subscribe and tap the notification bell so you get notified every single time I post a video. And if you did like the video, make sure you make sure you like the video, and because that is something for the YouTube algorithm. If you guys did enjoy, thank you guys for watching. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.